What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How's it going? This is Matt the Tomato right here. Cheers for tuning in. Welcome back to Transport Fever. We are playing the achievement run here where we're attempting to build a Metropolis. 1,500 citizens in a town is the aim. We've always said it was going to be Gainsborough, but Tadcaster is throwing its name into the hat as serious contender for that particular title. Because Tadcaster is growing quite significantly here. Streatham as well, actually, 529 people there. So between Gainsborough, Streatham and Tadcaster, it's quite tight, which is quite interesting because initially it was Gainsborough who was the front runner for quite a long time. Tadcaster was the second smallest town. But since we've been servicing it with food, it's proper bolstered, which is kind of nice. We said we were going to upgrade some trains, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We've got healthy money here. We could probably pay off some loans, to be fair. I might try and look at that at some point, but right now I just want to upgrade this train. So I want to send it into the depot, I want to upgrade the train, put a few more cars on the back of it, and we'll see how we go. So the station's 240 metres, so I may be able to get another 3 coaches on here, depending. So I don't know how many people are going to get off here. How many passengers are we actually going to lose? Right, we're actually going to lose 37 passengers, which is a bit of a hit, I'm not going to lie. It's a pretty nasty hit, but once this train gets released, there's going to be 44 going up to Kirkby, so that's okay. You know, we'll still have enough here. We may, I mean, Tadcaster's still only got 1 bus, isn't it? I think we might need to implement a second bus in Tadcaster. We may need to reroute it as well, because it's grown up here quite significantly, so we may need to do something about that. Okay, right, so pause. So I don't want to sell that locomotive, I just want to drop it onto this to this line here. And then we want to buy trains, so I want to get this beast. Excellent, so I buy that one. So it's 153 metres at the moment, this one. So I'm going to put... I think it's 2 I wanted to put on. I could put a third one on, but I think I'm going to be okay with 154 for now. And then we'll send that train on the Gatenby line. Excellent, okay. So we'll send that one out, and then, annoyingly, I don't think I can release it into a different area, can I? No, I can't. It absolutely must be that depot, which is very frustrating. So I'm going to need to send that one out initially on the Gatenby line, and then I'm going to need to turn it around, go back this way, and as soon as it arrives, reroute it. Which is a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. Speaking of, actually, I need to actually draw the route, don't I? So, just going to call it Caterton, to be fair. Although we've called them line, haven't we? So, Caterton line. And quite literally from there to there. Now, which terminal has it chosen? Yes, it's chosen the correct one. That's excellent. Okay. Yes, good. It's chosen one that wasn't in use. Hang on. Oh, Terminal 4 is actually this back one. I thought this was 4. No, the 4 is actually the back one. That's okay, because that's the one that we're going to use for up here. We're going to do Bawtry and Manningtree over there. So that's absolutely fine. Okay. So now that that's picked everybody up and is on its way, we need to go here. We buy trains, grab these, and I think 3 is going to be okay for now. No, I can't actually do that, can I? No, I didn't think so. So I have to reroute, I have to put it onto the Gatenby initially just to release it. So that spent most of our money. But 66 I think is going to be okay for now for that line. It's a particularly straight line, that other one, so hopefully. This also picked up a good number of passengers, so... It's actually not quite getting up to speed in the way I was hoping it would, but I think it will do once it gets going. So, it's going to do this. Yeah, it's going to cut across over there. And that's what I want it to do, because now I'm going to rotate it round and it's going to go down to Gainsborough. And because it's on this piece of track, It will go into the relevant station for the Gatenby line, which is this one in here, and then I can route it to Caterton because of this connection over here. So I can run it in over there, and that's going to be absolutely fine. Good. Okay, now this thing's empty, so it's obviously going to fly. Yeah, so this has got, there's 106 people waiting here. It's got a capacity of 154, so hopefully we should be okay on the capacity front. If not, I really will need to save up for a TGV on that line. Now, I might have to go with the 164 capacity TGV, which is about 40 million, but it'll be proper fast along here. And if I sold that entire train, it's at least 23, maybe 25 million. So I could do it. So if we got ourselves to like maybe 15 million in the bank, then I reckon we could do that. That would be absolutely fine. Right, so initially that bus in Caterton is probably not going to be making all that much money, but once this train actually starts getting going here, I think in particular as well, because it's all downhill, when it's a bit uphill there, but then it's sort of downhill, so I don't know, maybe that other train was a bit of a mistake. Maybe I've gone the wrong way with the big behemoth. But I don't know. Not so sure. Right, so... Pause. Route to this line. And I think we're ready to go there. There we go, so it's on the Caterton line. Obviously there would have been nobody waiting here anyway because this line wasn't actually active, but now this train can just drop down here and it can actually begin service on that line. Now this is a very straight, sort of fast track here, so I think this train is going to rather like it. It's going to very much enjoy going along there. 78 people on board there. Yikes, 111 here, because of course the train is at the other end of the map right now. Okay, so the thing is, the other train before it could only get up to 100 miles an hour. Only marginally more. It's not that much better. Whereas a TGV is, of course, a lot lighter, so I think a TGV would still be better along this track, especially now with all these people. So I would like to get the medium TGV along here, I think. Without a doubt. Okay, so we've sort of fixed that problem, for a while anyway. We want to buy some more trucks here. We want to release a few more lorries here onto this this track. Now, unfortunately, I've just released these two together, which is less than ideal, I will say. It's less than ideal, but it's a little bit awkward because of the routing now. So there's probably I mean, there's enough oil over here. So if we can deliver more of it down this way, then initially there's not going to be a lot of fuel to pick up, but ultimately then we can get an upgrade in here because there's going to be more oil turning up. So yeah, see, look here, stored. There isn't that much oil being stored here. So yeah, we need to get more in the way of storage, which means we need more trucks. So yeah, I think we just need to keep releasing these trucks and bringing more oil down here, which is why there's not a lot of production of fuel here. Of course, there's a bunch of product of actual oil as opposed to crude oil, but which we can't use, but well, we can. We just have to try and find some other way of using it, but we don't really need to. So let's just get more of this. I mean, there's loads of it here, so these Arctics are all full. Done too badly there. There's a bit of a lull here in the number of people at these stops, but that's because this massive train hasn't dropped anybody off down here for a while, and it's about to drop off the best part of 100 people, so that will change. I think this tram is ill-timed for that, though, because this train, by the time it gets here and offloads everybody, this tram will have gone, so it's going to be this next one over here that's going to reap the benefits. Right, send this one out. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people getting off here. Now, yes, we can actually pick up all these people, which is great. Very long train now. huge money. Wow. Just because of the number of people. So yeah, even if a TGV, it would probably be quite quick, so these stations wouldn't have a chance to build up quite so much. I still think there's enough people operating on these passenger trains now that I think there's a justification for having a TGV. How many people did that take in the end? 132. Let's release this other truck onto the road there. Excellent. We could start paying off some loans as well if we wanted to. But I think I just want to get this TGV first. And in order to get the TGV, we need about 15 million. Because then I can sell this entire train and route a TGV. Because it's about 40 million, I think. I could be wrong. Yeah, 41, because the 54 is the big capacity one, which we don't want. We just want the medium capacity one for now. Yeah, I want it's 6.95 million a year. Which is approximately 1 to 2 million more than our current train on the route. But I think because of the speed involved, people will pay more money to get on it. So ultimately, I still think it's going to make money. So at the moment, this thing is doing pretty good, though. It's not flying like I would want it to and like I hoped it would, purely because this is quite a heavy locomotive. It takes quite a while to get up to speed. But it's still able to go a little bit quicker than its predecessor. Also, it's got 2 extra coaches on the back. So I think the predecessor may have actually struggled a little bit with that number of coaches. This is there's currently nobody really moving about on the Caterton one, but there's people starting to use the bus stops. So I'm hoping that people are then going to start using the bus stops to then come to the station, because this station is miles away from anything. Which is a downside to doing that. It means people can't really walk to the station anyway. Yeah, it's all industry and nothing else. So if anyone at all wants to get to the station, they have to use the bus. And there's kind of no... Yeah, because it's out of the radius. So it may well have been a mistake to put it there. I maybe should have put it a little bit closer in. But we'll see. In which case this might be a not so profitable line. There's one person there, so there's actually a passenger waiting there now. I'm tempted to just take this back, just to go pick that up, but by the time... Yeah, there's no real point. Okay. Good so far. Are there any other industries you might want to take advantage of? Not so sure. So that Arctic's just turned up and picked up all the remaining fuel. So this other one's... Yeah, there's only going to be a little bit of fuel. But this is the thing, because... Yeah, there's more stored now. And so if there's more stored, then there's going to be more... It's going to have better time of it in terms of production. So, yeah, it should be a bit happier because there'll be more stored. So it's going to be able to produce a lot. I mean, the potential, you can store up to 354, and we're only storing like 30. So we could do like 10 times more loads, and we'd still be fine. And there's still so much crude oil kicking around up here. And there's a big gap here between these two. So that one's full. Yeah, so there's still a big gap where it can continue to produce so much. It's actually going to upgrade again. This oil well is going to upgrade again. So there's going to be so much production. Having introduced those extra trucks as well, I think that's probably helped. So happy there. Making a killing now. We're doing really good for money. This bus has just left, and yet there's still 14 people here. So again, we may want to review our bus routes. At the moment, this is fine. I'm happy with the Streatham one. The Kirkby one, the Tadcaster one, I'm not so happy with anymore because there's significantly more people here as well. Look, there's absolutely tons of people there. But also, we might want to change the route because at the moment it's very exclusive to this area. So I might even want to reorganize this. So it comes out here, and I might even want to send it up here now. And then down here. So I might eliminate that bus stop and put it there instead. think that's what I'm going to do. So Kirkby, I need to amend this route. So if I pause here, it's currently going there. So we need to delete this and this. So from there, it needs to go. Ooh. Ugh. Oh my goodness. I've just amended the wrong line by mistake. It's Tabcaster. What a doofus. I can't believe I've just done that. So I just kicked everybody off the bus. Oh. Absolute moron. Right. Right. It's Tabcaster that I wanted to amend. Right. So Tabcaster there, up to here, to this one, around to there, and then across and back up. That's it. Right. Is there a yeah, see now I've kicked everybody off that bus as well, so hopefully all those people will just go back there because the line is fairly simple now. So there we go. Bulldoze that stop. Actually no, keep going around because what I'm going to do here, because there's actually so many people that I'm going to introduce a new bus. Tabcaster. I'm going to wait until that sort of gets over there, which is around about halfway because it's got to go up the top here now. There we go. So now there's a bunch of people here. So I'm thinking, yeah, because there's 15 here, because this one's going to pick up 20 odd there. So I think there's enough now to justify 2 buses, especially with the fact that this train is now coming in here and is going to be bringing in significantly more people. I mean, I was talking about TGVs, but at the moment, there's actually plenty of capacity on this current train. Just about. But I think I would still like to introduce a TGV onto the line. But this train is okay right now. Right, there is... Yeah, because that one's had to circle back around, so that's kind of blundered. That's had to circle back around because I messed up. Looks like these two are going to connect soon, so it may be worth maybe moving that bus stop. Maybe to just the end over there. Quite possibly. Happy with the way it is at the moment. Eventually, though, I think I'm going to move that. Right, so this is the food train. Ah, yes, of course, this locomotive is getting on a little bit. Might want to upgrade that to something else. Now, in terms of this one, I think what we could do... I was thinking about this one here. Just for the speed, but it's actually got less power. It's not as good. I mean, we could go with this guy, which is a good bet, actually. We could go with this one. But do we realistically need the speed? Same weight, a little bit less power, bit more tractive effort, though. Also, less running costs. Maybe. Might be worth actually upgrading. Or modernising, rather. It's not really an upgrade, it's kind of going to stay the same, but... Might be worth modernising. I was going to say there's no grain there, but actually it's because we've got this guy here who's just picking up all the grain and then goes and leaves again. That's correct. I forgot about that. Has this upgraded? It sort of stayed the same, really. So has this one. This one has upgraded, though, which is nice. A bit more production. There's so much crude oil here. Because, yeah, this thing is... it's at max production, and it's going to upgrade again. Which is quite incredible, actually. Yeah, we're going to get an upgrade down here as well. Good. It's good. I want to see it. Okay, there's actually a few people on this train now. Yeah, the Caterton one's not going to be all that I don't think. Not initially, anyway. Okay, so this train here is just about full. I would like to get this TGV, though. I definitely would like to get this TGV. I'm still contemplating the idea of actually using a train for this oil, but nah, I don't think it's worth it. Certainly this one over here, though. So doing the crude oil down here to this fuel and then doing the train back up to Kirkby could be interesting. Because I think if I remember correctly, yes, the industry over here actually favours this. So I might delete a couple of these roads. That's actually a bit annoying because I would like to... Or I put it here. Because if I were to build a freight train station here... What would that actually cover? That would actually cover quite a bit. Not all of the industry, but it covers a lot of it. What if I built it there? Nowhere near as good. Actually, I think I'm just going to build this now. Yeah, I'm just going to put... Oh. Oops. I blundered there. That's a passenger one. I need this one. There we go. So, it's the same principle, though. It doesn't cover all of the industry, but it covers quite a lot of it. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to build that in there. And yeah, I think a train running along here would be a really good idea. So we could run some fuel into Kirkby, which would help that grow as well. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward. Yeah, I'd like to do that, but I'm really interested in getting this TGV right now. And I think I'm going to do it when it gets to Kirkby up here. Just a super fast train. It's initially, obviously, because of the numbers of people on the line is not that high, but there's a good number of people on the line. But because of the speed, it might sort of slow down a little bit. But people are still going to pay a premium to get to places really, really quickly. And if I then start running fuel and stuff into Kirkby, this place is going to grow. So more people are going to leave here. That bus has just delivered a bunch of people as well. So this will grow, so they can get more buses, so we can get more people moving around here. So ultimately, I think it's a good idea. So yeah, I think I'm going to get the TGV. I'm going to, this train's going to arrive here. I'm going to let it dump everybody off, and then I'm going to swap it round, and I'm going to buy a TGV, and then it can pick up all these people. So immediately it's got at least 60 people to pick up on the TGV, so that'll be good. And hopefully, yeah, it'll just rock up and down here. So I bought this train, and I'm going to sell it, and then obviously it's not going to... Yeah, I tell you what I might do though. I might grab... Do I grab a couple of these carriages and keep them? I'm not so sure. I don't think I need to. I think I'm just going to sell the whole lot. We can always buy more later. It doesn't matter. We'll be in a position where we get lots of money, so... Right, so go back to the depot. I'm not going to tell it to sell straight away, because if you take it back to the depot, if you sort of say, oh, I'm going to sell it, then people actually start leaving the stations, because it thinks there's a train that's not on the route anymore. So I don't want that to happen. But yes, I'm going to sell this. This is a long train. The new TGV is not going to be quite as long. 20 million in the bank. Perfect. Okay, right, so... sell the whole lot, 46 million. Buy trains, this one. Yellow. 164 capacity on this line. Yeah, a bunch of people left there, but now obviously I've now reallocated a train, and more people would have left if I'd have gone down a different route. Okay, so still 4 million in the bank. Could pay off some of the loan. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. Give ourselves a bit of a leeway. I'm just going to pay off a bunch of that, actually. Repay 500k, yeah. So we've still got 27.5, but it means less in repayments over time. So eventually I'd like to pay that loan off completely. But yeah, this TGV now is hopefully going to make some serious buck, and is obviously going to be pretty quick down here. Actually, it is quite long. That's the medium one as well. So yeah, that is really long. I didn't think it was that long. But yeah, this thing's going to shift, which is what I want. Okay, another person left there, unfortunately, but still 52 people on the first load. Yeah, in fact, our stations are not going to be big enough for the super long one. So, how long? Does it tell you how long these are? No. No, it doesn't tell you their length here, which is kind of annoying, actually. It would be nice to know the length. I suppose when you buy them, you can see the length. But yeah, this thing is going to shift, and it's going to shift real fast because the acceleration looks pretty good. So yeah, hopefully that's going to rock along here a really good speed. So excellent. Okay, so 71 people still waiting to go to Gainsborough, which is nice. Cool. Good. Eventually, this one down here, I'd like to be maybe not a big TGV, but certainly the small TGV with the 72 capacity, because that would absolutely fly along here because it's all straight and it's all yeah, it's all really nice. Cool. Okay, so it's not again though. It must just be the hill. It's not actually going as quick as what I thought it would do. It's still better than the previous train. Because the previous train got up to 106 mile an hour around about here. So yes, it is still faster. And I think we could make it quicker if ultimately what we did is we straighten the track and maybe tunnel it as well. Like if I actually straighten the track and tunnel it and make it a little bit flatter, it would probably work out quite well. There's still a lot of people here, so... And people will pay the premium to get the faster service as well. So that should be... Also, the capacity is a little bit more capacity on this train, so it will have the capacity to be able to haul people up and down this line for quite a while, I think. So, yeah, 112, nice. That's 112 people who are going to come down here. That's going to be worth an absolute fortune. Lots and lots of people waiting for both Streatham and Gatenby. Again, yeah, we're okay with this train, but... For how much longer? Because it's done really well actually on this particular stretch here, but it is starting to get a bit full. Quite remarkably, we've only got one bus here as well, going around Streatham, which is very surprising. But I think it's because we built the train station in the residential area, so not a lot of people are actually using the bus. But that's okay. Just having the single bus running around here is fine with me. So cool. Okay, right, but I'm going to end this episode right here. So that's it for now. Cheers for watching, guys. This has been myself, Tomato. Be sure to subscribe to follow the series. Join me next time for more from our Metropolis achievement run here in Transport Fever. See you later.